not sure exactly how this fucking thing works. But anyway, assuming that we're live, what's up, guys? What's going on? How's your pillage going? I guess first I'll say who all's here. It's me, of course, Damnation. We got Simba Dakota.
Hello.
We got Ross Crow.
Good evening, everyone.
And we got Shane now.
Hello.
So, how's everybody's pillage going?
It's going good. Taking it slow. Having a little fun in between.
Yeah, it's going all right for me, too. How many points are you at, Simba?
Give me a second. I'll check.
I myself, I'm like at 322,000. And I really have done this, in all honesty, without coins. It's going really well with my Praetorian fleet. I'm hitting the 124 and the 126. I've got my own little pattern in it. It's since I'm not having to only hit the one target, I'm hitting two targets this time compared to the last pillage. So I'm actually having a little bit better time because I'm not finding quite such the boredom with the two different patterns, changing it up, if you know what I mean. So it's a little bit better than my last pillage was. And I guess I have more of a complete fleet, even though it's not really, it's more of a pattern thing, I think, rather than your build on the targets I'm hitting.
I'm at 417,000.
Nice.
But I'm not coining it either. I'm doing it free.
So you guys are blowing me out of the water. I'm at like 90K. But honestly, there's really nothing in this village that I want. You know, I picked up some of the silverfish build tokens, and I got some more D6X explosive armor. But aside from that, there's really not anything I want.
I know what you're saying, because I've been picking up some of those silverfish upgrade weapons, but I don't like that idea. And as you've seen, we've all seen that they aren't that much. They are better, yeah, but they aren't drastically better. I mean, it's not worth the build time, I don't think. So I'm not after those, but the suppressor upgrade was an interesting thing for me. I was interested in that. So I went ahead and picked up the suppressor upgrade, and I was wanting to mention that a little bit about that. Has anybody else picked that up?
You mean the kits?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went ahead and got those myself. I'm at 320 myself, but I did like the 101 and 102. I just been doing the 67s.
Okay.
But today I went and did like 4 or 5 sets with my Shrikes and Eradicators. Both of them I'm prepping with the Shrikes and then finishing it off with my Eradicators. And was able to do them pretty efficiently like that. So, I mean, I did 5 sets and I had like 6 hours on my Shrikes and 9 hours on my Eradicators, and I'm letting them repair. But while those repair, I'll go out and hit with my Hydras and the Dragons. I'll hit the 67s for instant repairs, 60s, you know.
Good deal.
I'm just curious. You said the suppressor upgrade interested you. What do you find interesting about it?
Yeah, okay, that's the whole thing. Okay.
Well, just real quick, because from my perspective, and then I'll let you respond to my perspective, is like I just didn't think it was really needed because like speed, I'm already going plenty fast because I have Reaver Scout engine on mine, and like the survival, I'm like, well, if I'm doing it right, using it correct, I'm never getting shot at anyway. So what good is the survival really doing? So okay, now you go.
I totally agree. And that's why I thought the same thing. So then I'm sitting here going, well, why the heck do you have it then? And then why it's not only that, is put the kits out at a good high price, but then you go to upgrade it, and it's a 10 days. So that puts you out of range of the event. All right.
But if you were to look at
Mine
all
says 8
prospects,
days.
What's
all
that?
prospects, they had a deal on the sidebar the other day for $4.99 for 5 days of the suppressor upgrade to speed them up. For $4.99 each, for $10, actually $9.98, you would have the suppressor all the way upgraded.
Now, see, I took that deal, and see, yeah, that's what I was kind of. I took that deal wondering what the heck's coming. All right, and because at the time the deal came out, we had no idea, right? We don't even know anything about the suppressor upgrades really, and we didn't have any kits out there offered. We just
Off to 7:30.
So I went ahead and did that, and I'm hoping that drastically there's something that my one suppressor with the upgrade is going to do so much better than somebody's that's not in the next event. That's my hope. Or it's $5, right? Or it's $5, you know?
Right.
It wasn't a $50 deal. It's $5.
Yeah, but if that happens enough times with $5, it really adds up.
No, I mean it won't though, because I learned from mine.
Right.
I do.
I wouldn't mind doing mine. I thought mine said 8 days when I went in there and looked at it, but I'm not upgrading it yet. But I bought the suppressor for the 149 coin.
All right.
I didn't even have it, which I don't like to buy them deals, but I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that TLC with my. I've got bat rays to do it with. I don't even have the Praetorian. There, I said it right.
Good job. You said it correctly.
I don't even have the blueprint for that ship at all. Period. I've been behind. So I mean, I can't do the 124s, 126s. But I don't even have the blueprint to do that shit. So all I have to do it with my bat rays, and I got like. I barely finished that first run through on that TLC. So, I mean, I could probably do the second run through, but I'd have to use that 24-hour repair token I got. If I
you have the silverfish?
I've got them built with just one weapon. So I'll be able to at VXP my silverfish this coming weekend after the raid. So, I mean, no, I don't have the fleet done at all. I finally got the hulls built myself. I mean, I've been behind. And I haven't been able to be getting the points to get what I need as I've been going. On a lot of these things, like I would love to get my Saturns, go ahead and do my Saturns since they're giving me tokens to do the upgrades. But they ain't got no fucking kits. So, I mean, I'm not even going to get those tokens for the Saturn because I ain't even got no kits to do them with. That's the problem I'm seeing. Oh, great. They give you the tokens, but they don't give you the kits. In my opinion, if they're going to have these upgrades, which I don't even think these damn things should have these upgrades, but you need to be able to get those kits whenever you want to get them. If they're going to have this shit on every fucking thing out there, the stuff needs to be available to be gotten to do whenever you're able to do it, not once a month or once every 3 months or whenever they fucking decide to give you the shit to do it with. That really pisses me off, because I mean, this is a problem they had with the damn gantries. Okay, when we first had to do the gantries, you had to get all these freaking parts to even build the son of a bitch. It's 49 days to do, but you had to get all these fucking parts to do it with. Okay, they figured that problem out and said, okay, all these parts to get this stuff with is frivolous and ignorant. You don't need to do it. We'll just let you build the gantry. They finally come around to that, and then they start doing this kind of shit all over again.
I would just like to point out, I think there's a few places there that you missed dropping an F-bomb that would have fit.
Probably. But that's how pissed off I am about it, because I don't agree with these upgrades. I damn sure don't agree with them being in the shipyard. These things should be in the retro. But if you're going to do this, you have to be able to get the stuff to do it.
I totally agree. I'm just trying not to get us pulled off YouTube. That's all.
No, I agree. I mean, that's what in all honesty, it's what I was just talking about earlier with the 1 second. I mean, 1 minute ago with the upgrade thing, the little thing I bought. It's because everybody else isn't available. These things aren't available. So I did buy that $5 deal, and I'm hoping that it's the key, you know, because the availability is a problem on things. And I agree with you. In the past, it not so much, but now we just have. I mean, we're basically one giant event, and that's, to be honest, and that's what we're at now. We're in one state of an event, you know, and so everything needs to be more available.
Well, as far as upgrades go, I was having a very good time with shipwreck events until they put upgrades on the damn interceptors. And it's like, that's a brand new hull. Y'all just come out with this concept, and you're already putting upgrades on these hulls.
I think the reason you guys have already hit on the reason why the kits aren't available all the time, because if they made that stuff not available all the time, people are going to buy it.
Right.
People are going to spend the $20 to get their ship to use for years. People are going to spend the $5 to get their one rate up to, you know, its maximum limit. And that's why the kits and shit aren't available all the time.
Well, I mean, I don't buy them. I mean, yeah, I bought the hull because buying the hull, having it built and already ranked for 149 coin, I went ahead and bought that. It didn't cost me the money. It's costed me coin that they had already given me on here that I had. You know, to be honest, that's what they provided me with, because they're messing up. They've given me tokens or coin, and I don't buy the coin.
The simple fact of the matter, though, is whether you buy the upgrade or not doesn't matter. It's the fact that there's plenty of other people that do.
Right, and we've seen now month after month of this, this design now of they throw out these, you know, the $20 bursts when things are lagging, like $20 really nice specials, and that's happened several months in a row.
Well, on the suppressor, these kits were affordable.
Right.
It was like only 48,000 points to get the kits available to do this one ship. That's all you have to have is this one ship. Okay, now before on all these other things, what was it, like 400,000 for the kits for one ship? I mean, you can get. I think I don't remember what they's giving you, but in the end, for getting all the kits available that you were able to get was 400,000. That was way too much points for me to get all those kits. I think they're giving it to us 10 of each, you know, for.
Yeah, I agree on that.
You know, I mean, they were just too much. Now, the only reason I got these is because they were affordable this time in the points to get them. Right. You know, now, other than that, I mean, I've been on this total kick of piss on the upgrades. I'm not doing them. And now here I find myself wanting to do the Basilisk upgrade, but I can't even. I can't even get the kits for them. You know, just so I can get that range and make my Basilisk useful. You know, I actually do want to do that one, but that one's going to hurt when I go to do
for all that basic you do, right?
Well, during bounty, it would. I mean, yeah, I participate in bounty.
All right.
You know, so yeah, I want it. But I mean, I can't even get the kits for the Basilisk to do it, even if I come up with the time in the shipyard to do it.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be a deal somewhere where you can.
Well, I'm not going to buy them. I'm just saying, as far as this event, the kits for the suppressor were doable. You know,
I don't.
Yeah, I myself just saw no need to upgrade that suppressor. I'm like, I go plenty fast stuff already. If I'm running it right, I should never get shot. So that 4x or 4K survival doesn't mean dick to me. I saw literally no reason to have to.
Okay, well, it does look desirable to me because, I mean, when you get that, like they say, the upgrades ain't supposed to matter. Well, the freaking survival on this one is more than the survival that's on the hull.
Yeah, but you
So
don't.
it's like over doubling it. So I mean, if
But
I make
like
a
I said,
mistake,
if you're using it correctly, you never get shot.
yeah,
So
if
the
you're
survival
using
doesn't
it
matter at
correctly.
all.
But I like that margin for error. So I mean, I'm not going to like doing the upgrade because it's like 8 days, and I don't have no tokens to do it. But if I was to do it, I mean, I would only do it for those times when I mess up. It's not wouldn't be so taxing on me. But I don't. This first time even having it, so I don't even know how taxing it is to do the targets with it. You know what I mean?
I didn't find it difficult at all once you get the
Okay.
pattern.
See, I haven't got to do that yet, so
Yeah, and in all honesty, I was concerned myself, Shane, and I was like, so I was concerned about how I built it and everything, and then I got it, and I'm like, whoa, this thing's cake, and it's really easy, and then especially after you've done it just a couple times,
So the only thing you have to be careful of is every once in a while when you're going to do turns, or if it runs across where an invisible wall is popping up, it will stop you and you will service. So you do have to be a little bit careful about that.
Yeah, the walls got me.
then you'd be in that piss field, right? From what I've seen, they got those walls that pop up. It's got the piss field all around it. That would
Not once you learn the pattern, you should never get caught by the walls popping up.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And
And I just want to address something that they're talking about. They talked about a little bit ago in the chat, and it is this. I have to admit, this made me laugh, and it made me actually feel a little bit sorry for Kicks, because you know how we spend all this time saying we do too many chores, we do too many chores, we do too many chores, and then we have no FM this week, and what's everybody screaming? I want my FM! I want. Like, so, you know, it's like they finally listened and gave us a less chore for 1 week. And now everybody's pissed off about that.
Well, the FM is pretty much.
I do not. I feel bad for Kicks in this because it's no matter what they do, people are pissed off.
I think they took the wrong note on that because the FM, everybody expects those tokens every week, and this is the first time ever that we've been 2 weeks without the FM.
So that people should be honest and say they're not. Don't say that you're pissed off you ain't got an FM. Say you're pissed off because you didn't get any tokens.
Well, yeah, because I mean, that's the whole reason that's pretty much the only reason I do the FM. I don't get a lot of those extra parts and do all that extra stuff. It's just mainly I do the bare bones and get my tokens.
I knew exactly the reason everybody.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, all the time, people say they want less chores. They want less chores. Kicks gave you less chores this week. What's the first thing you did? Where's my FM? Where's my token?
Well, yeah. I mean,
now what they should have done to make everything status quo is they should have put like 6 days of generic tokens in Pillage. Is what they should have done to make everything status quo.
That might have been at decent prices. That would have been acceptable for sure.
But I don't know. Like I said, it just the whole thing made me laugh. That's all. All right, carry on. I just saw him talk about that in chat, so I just wanted to bring it up. It's
fun. But yeah, other than doing that big run with those today on the 102s and 101s, I've just been doing the 60s for free repair. It's just I can only do like 5 sets at a time, and I've got to go watch a movie or do something else because it makes me so groggy continually hitting those targets. You know, it's murder.
Last time I was hitting 1, you know, and that was something else.
When I very first started doing this event, I was auto in the 60s, 3s, I think it was. And like I started with the hydras, but the hydras do that weird thing where they just get hung up and they end up too short a range to shoot at that one turret, but it sits there and shoots the piss out of them. So I just switched over and I started using my bucks, and they were taking a little bit more damage, but not enough that it was really like, oh my god, you know. So and I can still go for a long time doing it, just autoing and not actually having to babysit them. So I'm like, that's better to me than actually having to go in and babysit this target when it's something that I should be able to auto. But then I was like, points are taking way too long, so then I switched over to doing 124 with my front groups.
Yeah.
And I don't do the 126 because I take way too much damage with 126. I only hit it one time, and I didn't find a good pattern. And I took like 3 times more damage than I took with the 124. I'm like, screw that. I'm just going to do the one target over and over. I don't have patience to find new patterns for new targets anymore. It's like I'll go and I'll run it once, and if it works, fine. If it doesn't, I'll find something else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the one. I do the 126, and I just sit at the bottom, and I take the ships out one at a time as they circle through. I just wait for them to come to me, and then I come up and just lift the fleet up and take the ships out. And then after the ships are gone, I take the target out. So it takes a little while, but it's not too bad. So,
Now, what crew are you using? Any?
no.
No.
You guys?
Well, on the 60s, I tried running a crew. The 63 I do for like 49-second repair. So I mean, I don't need a crew on there. Now I was doing the 67s with for like 11 minutes repair, and I was running a crew. I ran the splash crew, the Molotov Maiden, and I've ran the that other one that gives you the critical damage. Not the Dead Eye. Was it the Dead Eye Destroyer?
Yes,
Yeah. It just dropped me down to like 7 minutes. So either way, it don't matter. I mean, it's still got to take it in and rip it apart to repair it. So there's no sense in running a crew if I got to go in there and rip it apart and repair it anyway. It's not saving me no time, no nothing. So I didn't see no use in doing the crew. You know, no sense in running a grease monkey. Yeah, you can have your time. Well, I'm still running about 6 minutes, so I'd have to take it in there and rip it apart anyway. And the crew don't really come effective until it starts getting hurt anyway, and I'm repairing as I go. So there's no sense in even using the grease monkey crews to try to help anything, so.
Yeah, I haven't popped a single crew this event.
Now I tried using the speed crew, and all that did on the 67 was it changed my timing on my pattern. I mean, as it is, it's the speed of where they're at naturally and everything works out great for how I go around it counterclockwise, and I've only ever got one ship shooting at me at a time. If I go and run that speed crew, I've got to do double backs and stuff because I'm going through it too fast. The timing on the way the events happen during the battle don't work out. So that was kind of a bust too. It kind of messed me up, and I had to go back and do it.
Cuttlefish in chat is saying Silent Hunter is on Praetorian is too good in the 124 and 126. Just gives them bonus 10% combat speed, and they're easy to get. I guess he was too good to jump on here with us today or something. I guess I don't know what his deal is.
Right. just can talk and chat.
Yeah, he's a bastard. Anyway, carry on.
But thanks for that, guys. I haven't tried a crew yet, but I guess the 10% speed boost will help a little in that splash evasion for sure. I found that I do really well. Any of the targets, as long as I can isolate one of the defending ships for firing at me at a time. If I get overwhelmed or add 2 or more, it seems the splash starts to take a toll. No matter how many, I mean, I've even tried more antis, less antis, more ships in the fleet, less ships in the fleet. It's truly a splash situation. If you can get by with minimum fewer ships in your fleet, you're going to take less damage on this situation.
Yeah. Like splash reduction armor would be wonderful for Praetorians, honestly, in my opinion.
Yes.
What else you got on Pillaging? We still got 36 minutes to go, buddies.
Well, we can go.
Well, I mean, I'm not even doing the TLC, so I don't even know what's going on with them. I mean, like I said, I tried that first round for the suppressor, and it's going to be too damaging for my bat rays for me to even complete it.
Yeah, I did the first one the whole way through with my bat rate. I think by the time I was done, like I'm actually the first 2 encounters, I hardly took any damage to the home. But then by the end of that last third encounter, which was the new targets, I was probably like half dead.
Yeah, that one, like it hurt.
I would think to get through prize pack 2, you would probably maybe need bat rays and raider tails both.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to add another target on the second pack or.
But they do.
But I mean, I'm not going to waste my 24-hour repair token doing that just to go and get some more VXP tokens because, I mean, like I said, I bought the suppressor, so it's already ranked. I don't even need those tokens. So.
We've got a new special limited time offers on my screen when I loaded it here. I'm picking up this like first. I can cover that. Let's see. So it looks like I got a gold offer for $10 along with 4 one-day silverfish tokens. The second offer is pretty big offer. It's a 30-day Gorgon build for 249 coins. Next one's 10-day Gorgon build for 99 coins. That's all. And then they're doing the same thing with the Carnage, 249 for a month of Carnage build tokens. So they're really pushing the Gorgon and the Carnage at the moment. If those people that want those hulls or don't have those hulls built yet, there are some pretty good deals. I have those built myself already and don't happen to use either one currently, but I like them both.
Now, as far as the gold and silverfish tokens, mine only has 2 hours left on that particular one. The other 3 are.
In chat is asking at this point, should I bother putting armor on my silverfish? In my opinion, yes. I would try to get as much explosive armor on there as you can. I personally don't think there's a big need for concussive armor. So if you're like in a time pinch and you have to pick one or the other, definitely go with explosive over concussive, in my opinion.
No, that's not even in your opinion. That's the correct, no matter whose opinion. For sure.
Well, other people can have a different opinion. They're just wrong. But that's not saying my opinion.
Yeah.
How the targets are right now, anyway.
Yeah, they just seem to be heavy explosive. Whether you can do it without armor or not, we just don't know at this point. You've been able to in the past, but we just don't know. But all the targets so far have been primarily explosive, damage taken. So I would really, that's what I didn't have armor on mine, and I went ahead and I decided I'm going to throw a couple. I am going to throw the explosive on there for sure. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I know even the last raid, even just having one piece of the D6X armor on a hull, you can tell the difference as far as damage taken.
Are the D6s still a day and a half to put on?
Yippers.
So they still haven't come out with the tier 7 for that because that is cheaper.
No burgers, and they haven't. I even actually brought that up. I was like, so the most damage that we're taking in this last raid was explosive. Yet we still haven't seen the D7X or the explosive sync drive. Coincidence?
Yeah, I mean, I'm building mine straight out right now still. I mean, I'm all behind, so as far as the new parts, I can apply them without having to refit them. But they still haven't, like I said, haven't come out with the tier 7, the explosive 7 you know.
Yeah, I have no idea what the actual holdup is.
I mean, as far as those new, were they depth charges that goes on there? Those are for me. I've got the lab upgraded for the weapons to put on, and they're only like 4 hours a piece
Oh, okay.
to put on. So I mean, that's
Oh,
pretty
you
awesome.
mean the Gatling guns?
Yeah,
No,
it's depth charge, right?
I think it might
Yes,
be.
sir. Yes. Concussive depth charge. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the new ones are like just 4 hours to put on. So I thought
You
that was
put 6 of them
pretty
on.
decent.
It's 1 day, 9 hours, or something like that, maybe less.
So, I mean, I thought that was decent enough for time to be able to put them on. But I mean, I was looking at the damage and all that too. If you're going to refit, I don't really think it's worth it to refit because it's not really that much of a difference in the damage and everything.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But if you're putting them on for the first time,
in Apex Predator's videos, it was only a difference of like 7 minutes in repair.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, the time it's going to take me to grind out the points to get 40 of those things, and then the time it's going to take me to refit, because I'm not one of those people who has 31 days worth of silverfish tokens in my back pocket. So yeah, so it's totally not worth the effort in my opinion.
yeah. I mean, for me, I'm getting my last one built, and I've already got the flagship built. But I bought those tokens, those 5 tokens in there, to help me actually kind of finish up what I was working on. But it's just a hull with a weapon on each one of them, so they're not even built out yet. But I did buy the tokens for the silverfish just to get the fleet out on the water for VXP weekend next week. So.
Yeah, people are like Chuck saying, "Oh, I just use the token of the village to put the weapons on." I'm like, I'm still using tokens from village to put armor on mine. So
Yeah, I mean they helped out to get the fleet completed, but I'm a lot farther behind than most people.
So let me ask you guys. I'm sure you probably did, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Did you read Wrong Thinker's Year in Review post? And more importantly, did you read my reply to Wrong Thinker's Year in Review post that actually got a like from him, even though I ripped him an asshole, a new asshole?
No, I didn't read either one. I read your reply on the page, but no, I didn't read what you had said to him about it, and I didn't read what he had said about. I just heard kind of what he said. It's like it wasn't really nothing except for what we've been going through all this year, what they've been adding, and how great of a job they've been doing, which is contradictory because you do a lot of shit that people don't like. I mean, it's just, and you think it's a good thing because your team is having so much fun making the game. I don't give a shit what your team's going through. I want to play a game and have fun doing it, not have to be confused or restricted all the damn time and painted into these little corners that you've put us into. This ain't the same game we used to play. It's not as fun as it used to be. In my respect, I mean, I'm just too addicted to walk away from the damn thing. So you got to deal with it,
I just found it very interesting, though, that my post was not very complimentary, and he gave it a like.
Do you honestly think he read it?
Yeah, I like the fact that, I mean, that means he did read it for sure. So
He would, because like there was so many other posts that were not very complimentary, but they didn't get likes.
Right.
Like I think out of all the posts in that whole thing, mine was the only one that he like must have taken the time to read, put a like there. With I just thought this one. So is everybody ready for the raid next week? Because apparently it's that time again already.
It's going to be close.
Do you remember when we had downtime between events? I remember when we used to have downtime between events.
What's downtime?
We do.
Yeah. Well, for me, any more shipwrecks is downtime.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
Well, since they put upgrades on the interceptors, I hit the bases. I'm not even messing with that coin grab shipwreck event that they've went to. I mean, the upgrades totally just boned the events for me.
Well, even more than the upgrades, it's just the structure of it. Basically, bigger alliances just go around bullying everybody. Basically, is what it is.
I agree. But by design, it's not really a thing to benefit the game.
I mean, to be honest, they screwed up shipwreck as far as a coin grab, wallet wars. They did the same thing with Arena, but at least Arena was around for a little while before they wallet warred it. I think 2 months this shipwrecks was out, and they've already screwed it over as far as wallet wars.
Well, that wasn't screwed up from the beginning, just because the way alliance points are accrued and how people can get points.
As far as that,
not even be playing in the event, but yet they can still you can literally, for example, if you're in SDS 7, PNLS, one of those alliances, you can literally not hit a single target and still get all the top prizes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that way's messed up and boned. But I mean, as far as playing and fighting, I was having fun until they introduced the upgrades. And it's like, it's a brand new ship. I'm not going to upgrade it. And it just, that might be the wrong attitude, but I'm just not going to do it.
Well, no, because upgrades shouldn't have any place. Upgrades shouldn't be part of PvP. Well, let me rephrase that. It shouldn't be part of fleet versus fleet. Because if you want your fleet versus fleet to be all about skill, then there should not be at any point where anybody's ship is inherently better than somebody else's because of something other than what they chose to put on as far as building wise. It's like your ship shouldn't be inherently better than mine because you spent $10 and have an upgrade for it that I didn't spend. Because all things being the same, if my skill and your skill are exactly even, and everything else is the same, it should be that whole battle should end in a draw. Or if my skill is just a little bit more than yours, then I should win. Or if your skill is a little bit more than mine, then mine should win. But if we have exactly even skill and you have the upgrade and I don't, you're going to win, hands down.
Yeah,
and that's not fair and balanced fleet versus fleet, which is what we actually want.
Yeah, like I said, I was having fun at the beginning because it's kind of like a stock car race. Everybody's got the same vehicle out there. It's just who can drive better to win out this battle.
Yeah.
And that was fun. But like I said, when they throw in the one-sidedness of upgrades on this shit, it totally ruined it for me. So I don't even participate.
Well, even if they're upgraded, they're beatable.
Only if you have the upgrades too, because the advantage is so hardcore against you that
I killed a few of them without
I don't think
being upgraded.
I don't think the advantage from the upgrade is as bad as what you think it is, but I do think that it's bad if, like I keep saying, if me and you are equal level and are equal skill levels, and you have the upgrade and I don't, you're just going to win by default. But if I'm better than you it's skill-wise, if you have the upgrade and I don't, I'm still going to kick your ass. But where it really becomes a problem is when you have two people of equal skill and one has the upgrade and one doesn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was funny because one of the things that Wrong Thinker was trying to say on that thread the other day was about how upgrades, how events haven't been scheduled or haven't been tuned around upgrades or whatever. And one of my responses was how can you seriously say that when there's a video out there of people with upgraded Rock Ring Saturn, fully upgraded, killing ships before they even come out of Shroud and can have a chance to fire them? I'm like, how can you say that you didn't do that around that fucking boat? So,
yeah, no, it totally was that exact it was built, designed right around that upgrade.
So yeah, I think he lives in a glass tower way up in the sky. It doesn't really look down on what us mere mortals are having to deal with. But anyway, I am kind of looking forward to the co-op target that's in the upcoming raid, just seeing what that's all about. Because maybe I can help Shane get a little caught up in that. Maybe within the co-op target.
Maybe, depending on how it is. I mean, they've done some co-op targets that are just too freaking hard to even bother with. So we just have to see with what comes out.
They've also got co-op targets too in the past that I've been able to solo. So we got a 50-50 chance here.
Exactly. Yeah. We just have to see what they put out and what happens. Because I'm not going to ask nobody to go in the hole for me.
Well, I ain't going to spend no coin on you, but if I can help you for free, I'll do that all day long.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, while we're going through some last-minute stuff we want to talk about, if you guys in chat have anything you want us to talk about and cover, shoot it out there. We've still got about 20 minutes, or else we'll just call this one short. So, Ross, what else do you got you want to talk about?
Well, I saw Snoopy in the start of the show, or maybe in the beginning, mentioning the TLCs, and I can't recall what he was saying. So I haven't done any of the TLCs because I've actually heard that they're a little challenging. I just didn't figure I wasted. I don't really need the things in the TLCs currently. Has anybody here done them?
I did prize pack 1 for the suppressor one, and I did prize pack 2 for the suppressor one. I didn't get into the whole mastery round for the suppressor one at this point yet, because basically there's nothing there that I want to. It's all like upgrade tokens and upgrade kits and shit like that. I've already determined that I'm not going to upgrade it, so it's like it's kind of pointless for me to do.
Right.
But even by the end of the second prize pack, my silverfish were, in my opinion, taking more damage than what they should have been for a prize pack 2 of a campaign. But I mean, that's been fairly standard for the course with TLCs for like the past year or so, in my opinion.
Right. No, and primarily I've avoided them for the last year unless there's something that I really need, and there's no other way to get it. So, and right now, and I'm sitting in the same situation. There's really nothing in the TLCs that's interesting to me because I have them. But
I didn't even do any of the TLCs last week.
Yeah, neither have I. I haven't even been touching the TLCs myself.
No, neither.
Don't need them.
For that fact, they've always too damn hard for catch-up mechanism.
Yes.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're literally targets that are just as damaging, sometimes more damaging than what the raid targets are or were, and we don't have half repair. It's like you step things up as opposed to backing them down.
Yeah, I mean, with the no half repair time, they should be stepped down, but being a catch-up mechanism, they should be stepped down another notch, just so people can do it.
Leonard Skinner wants to know what we think on MDS3. And now, are you talking about its performance on Praetorians as opposed to a sprint's performance on Praetorians?
I think I heard some talk about that on the Hefe show, and I don't know. From what I was getting on there, people are mixing them, and I don't. If things working like they're supposed to, I don't think you should be mixing them.
Oh no, you definitely don't want to mix it. But I think the question I think the question is at this point though is which is better, MDS3 or sprints.
From what they're talking, I think the sprints are better.
On paper, MDS3 should be better, but in actuality, right now, sprints are performing better.
Yeah, that's what I heard. The sprints were more effective. And I mean, for my advice, I wouldn't be trying to mix the dang things because the Sprint's got the longer range, so your MSDs should never even be shooting.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that was his question though, as far as mixing.
Okay.
He's more wanting to know if they're actually working.
Yeah, from what I heard, the Sprints are supposed to be.
So my thing is, I do think MDS3s are working, but not working as well as what they should be. Because I actually have seen them. Shoot down missiles, but not near the amount that they should be when you look at them comparative on paper to Sprints.
Okay, because what I was hearing that from what they said, the MSDs were, you didn't see them consistently shooting at the turrets that when they shoot at you. They did fine shooting against the ships, but they weren't seeming so much shooting at the base weapons shooting at you all the time. A lot of those were getting missed, and I guess that's where people are getting their most damage is from the base weapon.
Your people are getting most damage from, honestly, the splash on the missiles that they can't shoot.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess that would be speed to get out of range of them, but
you shouldn't have to worry about that if your MDS3s were working correctly. And it just appears that they're not working correctly.
So Sprints would be better from what been hearing about what's been going on.
Yeah, even though that's not how it should be, that's how it is.
Yeah, right. I mean, I want to stress that fact, though, that on paper, that's not how it is. So if you get into an argument with somebody and they say, well, look here, and they do the math, the Sprint is either doing better than it should, or the MSD3 is not performing as well as it should. One or the other.
And Candy Apple, I thoroughly disagree that you do want to mix them, because once a missile gets shot at by any kind of countermeasure, it does not get shot at by another countermeasure.
Correct.
So having them mixed together, your MDS3s are literally doing absolutely fucking dick all.
Yeah, your shorter countermeasure will get boned.
The shorter range one will never.
The shorter range countermeasure will get boned, because if a missile's already been tagged, your shorter range one's not going to be shooting at all. So it's pretty much a wasted weapon slot.
Right, and so like the first one is they tag all of them, right? I mean, even a tag and a miss doesn't, and the shell comes through. That second one theoretically is not going to fire, correct? Because
it's already been tagged by a countermeasure, whether that countermeasure missed or not. It still counts as being tagged.
Correct. Yeah, that's what how I was explained it to. So I was just kind of, because I did think being the separate range issue, that doubling up would work out.
Yeah. Layering against mortars works fine, but layering against missiles is not
a
good idea. So, yeah.
So, anything else from chat? And Simba, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Oh, no. I'm fixing to try to catch a fleet.
Oh, yeah. So you're playing a game while you're, all right.
Yep.
Shane, you got anything?
No, upgrades suck. Upgrades in the shipyard's even a worse idea. I'll say that every time.
I will agree with that.
Should I say upgrades on a brand new ship is just stupid. I mean, if they want to do upgrades, wait till the event comes around next year and you can upgrade last year's hull, throw upgrades on it. If people still want to use them, they could spend the 10 days upgrading them to be able to use them while they've got their other ships building. That would be fine. But when you come out with a hull and you instantly got to throw upgrades on it.
Yeah,
why'd you even build the damn hull? Okay, you should put all that shit that you want on it when you build it. Later on, you can upgrade it.
I like, in theory, the idea of the upgrade. I do, for longevity of the game without crazy change. I like the idea that we're not going to see a brand new hull possibly every single month, every event. That possibly we can just see some slight upgrades. or some major ones at some times. I like the idea of the upgrades.
Well, at least let the hull get older.
No, exactly. I totally believe that the way you get the community to like it and enjoy it, the upgrade part, is to use it as a longevity tool, not as a such a cash generator. I think it does. It's still going to generate some cash, but it's use it as a longevity thing and not. You never see an upgrade for a hull until that's a cycle's gone through at least. You never, like the silverfish came out at the same time we had an upgrade. That's to me would never happen in my reasonable upgrade theory. You know what I mean? I like the upgrades. I like the idea of the breacher. I like how the breacher's taken upgrades or the bassets in theory. I like those changes. I don't like right when they come out. You know what I mean?
Well, and this is another fine example of be careful what you wish for, because I think at one point a long time ago we had brought up about upgrades for the longevity of hulls, and all they heard was upgrades. Oh, we can make money off of this idea. We will assign them to brand new hulls. So it's like sometimes knowing how long we've dealt with kicks and knowing how they like to cherry pick what we actually say. Sometimes I wonder if we just shouldn't shut the fuck up. Honestly.
Well, I'm not so sure they listen anyway.
As far as trying to bring,
here, what do you expect?
I mean,
they for sure listen. They listen, but they only listen to the part that what they want to hear that will make them money, and they totally conveniently don't listen to the other half, which is what we really want.
Well, as far as trying to bring build times down on these hulls for us and everything, that upgrade shit is totally contradictory because it's in the shipyard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We went from 18 to 17 days for your build. So we reduced your build time, but you're going to have to spend 10 days each on upgrades. You just took and fucking raised my goddamn ship build 9 days a ship.
But my ship build times for my silverfish, in my opinion, were significantly shorter than what they were for my seconds. And I haven't wasted any time doing upgrades, and I'm still able to complete the high level targets without having done upgrades. So it's 6 1, half a dozen the other.
Well, I've been pretty much. I mean, I don't want to do upgrades. The only fleet I actually did do the upgrades on was my dragons, but that's because they gave me the majority of the tokens to do it in the FM when they did that, with the kits and the build tokens in there. So I mean, that's how I did. If they would offer you the damn tokens to do them with, I mean, if they would put the kits in the FM so you can get them whenever you want every week, I might do some more upgrades. But every time they offer in kits and events, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm able to get those kits in those events. So now I'm just stuck out. I can't get them at my own pace whenever I'm able to get them. And so, I mean, even if I wanted to do them, I pretty much can't do them because they're just not there.
But yeah, the only upgrades I do is what they give me the kits for and the tokens for pretty much nothing, and I'm still able to do all the top end targets without it. So I'm not that. Like when they first came out, I was in a big mirror about them, but I honestly didn't care anymore. I know they're not going away because people are going to still continue to, no matter how much people bitch about them, they still continue to spend money on them. So that ensures that they're going to stick around. So me complaining about them anymore is not going to do anything except waste my time and energy.
Well,
So I just won't do them except for what they give me for free, and I'll still do the top end targets. I just won't do it quite as efficiently as what the people who spend all that money to get their upgrade for. And I'm okay with that. It just it makes me fall less and less out of love with the game, and when I do decide to pull the plug on it, it'll make it that much easier.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times I wished I could just keep the plug pulled. I've tried to walk away a few times. It just so addicted I can't stay away. It's just
I only ever like totally pulled the plug once, and I probably would have stayed away if they hadn't screwed robots up so bad. Robots had actually the exact opposite problem with battle fires. Robots listen to the people too much, whereas battle pirates doesn't listen to people enough. It's like if you could have got those two teams together, they would have made a good team.
I'm doing all right lately. Myself, I was doing worse a few months back because it's just game performance isn't really going well on my end. But I just changed the game, the way I play. Now I just kind of backed off the entire gameplay, and I'm just kind of waiting for the fun to return. I'm doing what I have to do to get by, but as far as like going out and hitting bases nonstop, I don't have the performance able to do that yet. So I'm just hanging out, but I'm happy. My friends are still here. I mean, I'm not a disgruntled customer at this point. I've just adjusted my game to what works. It's changed over time. It's not really where I found the most excitement, but my friends are still here, in all honesty, and so I'm still here and making the best of what I can do.
All right, actually, there is something I do want to bring up. Has anyone been having issues getting into the game?
Oh, heck. There's so many people having issues getting into the game with that Flash deal and different times. It's strange. It's not even when they update. It will be working one day.
Hardware accelerator off.
It has something to do with the last Chrome update, and it conflicts with hardware accelerator. So if you turn hardware accelerator off, you should have a lot less problems.
okay. So I guess that's where I'm at. I don't have problems loading up the game, but I've never turned that hardware accelerator stuff on.
All right.
So
Yeah, but and apparently it's only on Chrome. Like even other Chromium-based browsers aren't having this issue. So apparently, like you can use any of the other browsers, like if you want to use Firefox, or heaven forbid, if for some reason you want to use Internet Explorer, or Opera or Brave or any of that stuff, they all work fine. It's just actually Chrome itself that's having.
Okay, because I use Chrome myself, but like I said, I've never turned that on, so I guess that's why I'm not having that issue.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you want to keep playing on Chrome, but you can't get in to turn off hardware accelerator. Just log on one of the other browsers for long enough to turn off hardware acceleration, and then log back to Chrome. More importantly for me is I've been having an issue lately where we'll get to a point in the game that my game will just stop responding. I can't click anywhere or do anything, and then I'll refresh, and then it'll say Chrome couldn't load this plugin or whatever. And I actually have to. Sometimes I can just open a new tab and it'll work, and then other times I completely have to close out my entire browser and open up a new one to get it to start working again.
I get that issue too.
I have that too. I mean, a lot.
Yeah, and that's actually really annoying for me, especially because I generally have like 8 or 9 tabs open when I'm doing stuff, and then I have to close out all those other tabs too to get battle parts to start working again. It's like, damn it.
Yeah, no, I've got the same issue, and the same issue with not that so many tabs, but some important tabs or that I have going, and yeah. They have to kill them to fix it.
Yeah, heaven forbid that day that you find the most important fishing tip that you've ever found, and then you have to close that out because of that could not load plug-in error.
Yeah, that's just it. I got Major League Bass tournament going on live here, and then if I got to make choices, I got to tell you, Kicks, I might lose out. But
you can also use Game Room. I don't think that ever happens in Game Room. So,
I don't know.
anyway. All right. Well, if nobody else has anything else, I think that's where we're going to pull it for this week.
I do want to say thanks to everybody in chat. There's quite a few new faces in chat, and quite a few people in the live. So that was nice to see, and thank you.
Yeah, apologies for no show last week. Google had done some changes with Hangouts, and you can't do Hangouts live on YouTube anymore. So we spent a week looking for an alternative. This is what we've come up with. At this point, it could change later. Who knows? But it seemed that it worked this week, and it was actually fairly easy to use. So we might stick with this unless we find something better. Another thing I don't like is you can't upload avatars to this. So you're just if you don't have your camera on, you're just a little white circle with a little person in it. But at least that's a name tag there. So
I feel like the Hollywood Squares. You know where they
right. If we have more people, we could be more like the Brady Bunch, you know? We could do the Brady Bunch. I'd be in the center as the dad. RV could be right, underneath me as the mom. And then we'd have all you kids around us. But anyway.
Oh my God, that'd be too many.
That would be. So yeah, I would actually make his name tag say Mrs. Brady. But anyway, all right, we're out of here. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right, laters.
Later, have a good day.
Where the hell's the stop button on this one?
Upgrades in the shipyard is one of the worst ideas ever.